Everyone, it's just finished. Manchester United won. West Ham United, well, I say just finished. It finished quite a while ago, but that's a kick in the bollocks. That is a tough defeat to take. I don't know, been an hour since full time or something like that, and I'm still a bit pissed off with it, to be honest with you, because I was thinking at the draw at 0-0, I was thinking, all right, it's a good point. It's a good point. It's not the point it used to be coming to Old Trafford, but it's still a good point for West Ham United this evening. And I was okay with it. If you like, I wasn't going to be doing cartwheels about a 0-0, but it would have been a good solid point. We move on after the winter break and go again against Watford after the FA Cup as well. In the first 45, I thought it was boring. I thought it was a boring game. I thought both teams were very conservative, very reserved, looked a little bit afraid of each other. I think we knew the quality Man United had and we did our best to cut that out. I think Man United knew the quality that we had and did their best to cut that out. And I think there was a lot of respect shown for each team by themselves, possibly too much respect, and it killed the game a little bit. I don't think West Ham were ever threatened in the first 45, but I don't think we threatened Man United. It was a very even Stevens game. It felt like a 0-0, barely any shots, any corners, any tackles, and nothing. There was hardly anything going on in the first half, and I had a feeling that both managers were okay with that. I think Ralph was okay with that, and I felt that David Moyes was okay with it, and they both probably had a bit of a plan up their sleeve for the second half. And I still do believe that, because I felt that both teams came out a little bit more in the second half. I thought we saw Man United stretching their legs a little bit, making their quality was shining here and there. They had glimpses of good moments, and we were playing counter-attacking football. It feels like ages since we played counter-attacking football, because we had to play this year, the way teams approached it, the way they play West Ham United, just like the first half tonight against Man United. And I thought it was end-to-end. At various spells, I thought it was getting end-to-end. I thought it was looking good. It always felt like there was a goal in it, though. And I think that was the worry for me, because I didn't know who it was going to be for. You know, we had that massive chance with Craig Dawson. I think it was Craig Dawson's header, and I thought it was in, I'll be honest with you. I was half celebrating the goal. I genuinely thought it was going in. But their goal was just a sickener. A right kick in the bollocks, that goal. It hurts, it still hurts, and I'm not going to pretend that we don't care or anything like that. We do, of course we do. It's a big game for us this evening at Old Trafford. It really was, and tonight's a big defeat for us. It's a massive win for them, and I know we keep talking about top four, but the reality is West Ham fans don't expect to finish fourth in the league. We don't, but we're up there and we're challenging so far. But the problem isn't necessarily missing out on four. The problem is missing out on the top six and not getting European football again last season. And today was just, it's hard to take. Honestly, like I said, an hour after kick-off and it still hurts. It's going to hurt tomorrow. It's just one of them games. I mean, this one hurts, I don't know why, for now, this one hurts more than the one against Leeds United last weekend. I think it's because it was the importance of the game, the magnitude of the game, and possibly the way the game went as well. Like I said, I don't think there was much in it. Did Man United deserve to win? I'm not convinced. I don't think there was much between the two teams. I think a draw would have been a fair result. But the difference today was, and I know people say stop banging on about the transfer window, have a little bit of pity, but I can't. We brought on a right back to try and win the game. We brought on a right back. And I know some people will say, well, maybe Soufal's injured or whatever. Perhaps so, but we could have brought on Ben Johnson. If that was a defensive substitution, we would have brought on Ben Johnson at right back for Soufal, but it wasn't. We brought on Fredericks, probably try and get on the overlap, trying to help Jared Bourne out down that side, because Bourne was getting a little bit of success against Tellez, and well, Fornals was awful on the other side of the pitch, so it made sense to focus on our right-hand side. I could get why Moyes is making that substitution, but that's the sub we made, and the only sub we made, while Man United in the opposite dugout was bringing on Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial and Edison Cavani, 3 strikers on 150 grand plus a week, and we're bringing on a right back we got in a freebie that might be off at the end of the season to try and win this game. It's not quite a shootout or a final for top 4 football, but it felt a little bit like that. It felt like a massive game, and when we needed to use the bench, we had a right back. Now, of course, Moyes could have and probably should have made other changes. I would have liked to have seen Vlasic come on for Fornals, but that's it. There wasn't really much else I was hoping for the manager to do. Partly because I thought some of the players were playing all right. I thought Jared Bourne had a really good game. I thought Declan Rice had a good game. I thought Fornals was pretty poor, to be honest with you. Wasted a lot of chances, gave the ball away umpteen times. And I can't fault the work ethic of the team tonight. Every single player, all 12 of them, gave 100%, ran themselves into the ground. There's no question about that. The question is simply about I guess, have enough quality. And up until the substitutions, the answer was yes, we do. We're matching them. It's 0-0. It's game on. It's up for either side to take. But the difference was made by the substitution. Now, I've seen a screenshot. Steph sent me a screenshot of the pass to, I think it was Cavani, correct me, apologies if I'm wrong. I think it's to Cavani that plays it in for Rashford. And he looks offside. I can't really judge off that. It's hard to judge it off a screenshot. I don't like doing it off a still. But there's sort of controversy surrounding it, if you like. But even that's not good enough for me tonight. I'm just going to pretend that it deserves to stood. It was a legit goal. And it goes back to the transfer window and the lack of activity West Ham have done. It cost us points against Leeds United, and it cost us points again today at Old Trafford, because we've just not got the options on the bench. We're 22, 23 days into the transfer window. We've had none. Now, I am certain we're going to bring in a couple of players between now and the transfer window. Moyes has basically said he's going to bring in a couple of players. Fine, happy days. That's what we want. But what about the points we've dropped tonight? What about the points we've dropped against Leeds United at the London Stadium? That's 6 massive points. Come the end of the season, we finish 7th, and you look at 6, the gap between us and them, it won't be 6 points, it'll be less than that. And it's just frustrating, and it's one of them. I think what makes it worse is because we could all see it. We could all see the lack of transfer activity coming to bite us in the arse. But the one thing I will say about the officials tonight, it's not even about VAR, believe it or not, it's about that cheating linesman, the one towards the West Ham side, the one towards the dugout, that guy, the one that West Ham was bone side in the second half. You know, he gave the most obvious throw-in ever for West Ham to Man United. I'm all for human error. They're going to make mistakes. Once is a mistake, but to do it 3-4 times, which he did, and there was a corner that we felt we should have had, maybe it didn't go out, but it certainly looked it in the ground that went out for a corner, that De Gea caught it and he just played on and stuff, and you just thought, what is going on here? It's a bad evening. An absolute delight to have Kurt Zouma back, by the way. I thought he was an absolute monster tonight. He was ridiculously good, weren't he? If a couple of years ago, Border should have sent him out to China, because COVID would never have got out of the country if we sent Kurt Zouma over to deal with it. He just mops up absolutely everything. I thought he was ridiculously good. And like I said, there was some good performances from us this evening. I thought Areola had a really good game. I thought we had a massive benefit of his distribution in comparison to Lucas Fabianski's, and I'll be honest with you, I hope he keeps his position for the Watford game. But I thought Creswell was a bit sloppy. I thought Fornals was poor. I thought Antonio had his good moments and his bad moments again. But Souček was industrial, I guess, and I mean that as a compliment, but again, just lacking that little bit of something. Lanzini as well. We played well tonight. I know I sound really negative. I'm just pissed off about the result and the way it happened, the manner of the loss tonight as well. Huge opportunity for us. Massive defeat. It's tough to take. I don't know what else to say, really. I'm hurt tonight, actually, as a West Ham fan. That's hurt me a little bit, and we move on to the next one, I guess. But I almost wish we were playing on Tuesday night or something, so we could hopefully get 3 points and we forget about today. But this defeat's going to linger for a little while, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. If you like the video, drop a like on it, subscribe, you down to you. Catch you in a bit.